Hey guys, Brandon here, and today I got a Airsoft gun review for you guys today, and this Airsoft review is different than any others because it is not a stock gun, it is a upgraded gun, and this one's upgraded by Airsoft GI. Let me just get into frame a little bit better. There we go. This is the Airsoft GI Custom G700g. They have a weird name for it, but Airsoft GI G700g. Cost around $295, obviously from Airsoft GI, and it's a really nice gun. I'm just going to go over the details. Try to make this video under 10 minutes, just because usually my Airsoft reviews go for 15 minutes, and I can't put it on YouTube and I have to restart, just like what happened today. So I'm going to try to make this pretty quickly. First impression, you looking at the gun, it looks really good. I don't know if the camera does not do it justice. It's a nice matte black look, which you might be able to see, but you can't feel it. It is a nice rubberized matte black. It has a great feel to it. It's unbelievable. You could literally do your own paint job with this with a crayon, like I stated in the past. It's just to give you an idea of the texture. And just to give you some base footage of what you already know, Airsoft GI, G700g. You guys probably already know the parts in there, but I'm just going to list them again. It has a M170 spring, Airsoft GI sears to support that spring, Airsoft GI long rails, and a 6.01mm barrel. And when you're shooting this round, you will definitely notice the 6.01. The accuracy and the consistency is unbelievable. FPS on this thing, when you first get it, is 600 feet per second because of the tight M170. Wear that in, it gets easier to pull back, which I'll get to in a second. And it starts shooting a consistent 570, which is unbelievable, and that's all with the 0.2 gram. I'm running like 0.4 grams, I'm sorry, 0.3 grams in it, which some people might think is pretty light for a gun that's rocking like upper 500 feet per second. But 0.3s, I'm actually noticing they're actually really good with this gun. Some people might disagree, but that's my opinion. What I've done to this, I put on this long silencer. It doesn't do much, accuracy stays the same. Sound might beep in a little bit, but it's kind of for looks, and doesn't add plenty of weight to it, so I think it was kind of worth it. It has 14mm, actually, never mind, I put on the Polar Star thread adapter to make it 14mm counterclockwise, I believe. Yeah, counterclockwise threads. What am I missing here? So I went over all the parts. And the reason that there's spacing right here is because something went wrong with the threading. It's not going to happen to yours. I'm just going to get a rethreader to make that gap no longer there. But for now, it's just a little gap. The lineup is good, and it's not whacking off the BB. So it's good. It just doesn't look right. And what else? This scope did come with it. This is a railgun sling, which my friend Yusuf gave to me. If Yusuf is watching this, thank you, Yusuf. He just gave me this. Other than that, don't focus on the sling, don't focus on the silencer. This is what the gun will look like, and it does come with the scope. I'll go into more detail with the scope later. Actually, no, I'll just talk about the scope right now. It is two lines intersecting, just like any other scope. It's like the Call of Duty 4 Barrett scope. It is just the two lines intersecting. Range finders, which first impression with anyone, I let them use the gun. They say the scope is awesome. And then it has 12 different modes. Off, red illumination mode 1 for brightness, red illumination 2, 3, 4, and like the higher the number gets, the brighter the mill dots and everything gets too, the illumination. And it also has 5 modes on red, 5 modes on green, and there's off in between those. That's why it's 12 modes. 2 of them are off. This scope itself is just awesome. I love this scope. I have plenty of scopes, so I didn't need this, but this is my favorite scope. Has like the dashes and everything like that, so it's awesome. What else here? Let's talk about the bolt, which everyone probably wants to know. I am an average 14-year-old. I'm not that strong, to be honest with you. This bolt was incredibly hard to pull back when you first get it. As of now, it's actually worn in there pretty good. I've had it for about 2 weeks, and that probably made me put, within probably like 15 full mags, this spring will start to show signs of getting worn down a little bit, just like what you need. so everything will be a little bit more consistent and a little bit easier to pull back. So yeah, I do admit it was actually really hard to pull back at first, first couple mags. Now I find it actually pretty easy for being an M170 spring. Some of my friends actually have a tough time pulling this back now. I think it's not really strength, it's more of just kind of knowing where to lock it back, because you might think that it ended, but you need a little bit more to lock it in. If you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know if I'm making any sense. So, that's that. So I think I just mentioned everything good. There's so much good to this gun that I can't even remember it all. To be honest, it's so accurate. Shoots beyond 300 feet accurately, so you won't have to worry about that. Let's go over some of the flaws and how you could fix the flaws very easily. So where do I start? Okay. Other than a hard to pull back spring at first, it kind of leads to a lot of other things. The advice I'd give you is to put 2 fingers over the bolt and pull it back. Now, one flaw is while you do that, since the safety is right here and back is safe and forward is fire, I kind of wish it was the opposite, because a lot of times when you pull the bolt back, and you'll actually bring the safety back too. So then this is what's going to happen. You knock the safety back and then lock it back, and then you finally see your target, you shoot, and it won't shoot because it's on safety. By the time you put it on fire and then shoot again, the target might already be gone. Another thing is, because any other spring sniper is like this too, you pull it back, let's say it's so hard and then you give up, and then you do it again and actually get it, it's a double feed. You're going to be shooting 2 BBs out there, and they're both going to be very inaccurate. So, and if you can even do it 3 times. You could give up, you do it again, and then get it, and then you turn your sniper rifle into a shotgun. Very inaccurate too, so don't do that. I don't think it's bad for it, it's just you're not going to get the BBs where you want them to. That's actually all the flaws. Actually, no, one more. Since there's Allen wrench thing right here, a lot of times the more you pull it back, the looser it gets, if that's a word. It'll get more loose, and then you'll find, I thought this gun was broken like 2 or 3 times because of this bolt, pulling it up like that, if you know what I mean. It becomes really, really hard at first, or not at first, I mean, you're shooting it around and it comes really hard to pull up, and then you finally get it, and then it keeps doing that, and then it just becomes impossible to pull up, where it's just jammed there and you're really doing that. So that's just because this gets loose. It's kind of hard to explain it, but just long story short, make sure you tighten that all the way and don't force anything. Just tighten it to finger strength and then loosen it a little bit just to give you that good balance right there. And I'd recommend bringing one of those Allen wrenches that fit this with you when you're playing Airsoft, just so you could tighten that, because it could get annoying. Nothing major. That's all the flaws I have with this thing. That actually wraps up the review. I think I mentioned everything, like the long rail and whatnot. So I think I got everything. Look forward to a shooting video on this gun at some far ranges. I just got off of school, so I'm gonna have more time to do that. Other than that, that is the review. Don't hesitate on getting this gun. Just go out and get it. It'll be worth every single penny. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.